Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Stephanie and these are Santa's little helpers, Nova and Celeste. And in today's video, you might think Christmas is over, but as you can see, I still have my tree up. So today we're going to talk about Christmas bolos. Because you might think that Christmas stuff only sells in the holiday season, November, December, but I sell Christmas stuff year round. I think I've sold something that's holiday related every single month of last year. So I'm going to share with you some items that you may want to be looking for as you're outsourcing. And again, I do sell these Christmas items all year round. I do not hold them until the holiday season. And actually, I think you have a better chance of selling these items in quote off season because I think you have less competition. Okay, so the first category I'm going to talk about is Christmas ornaments. We all use them. We all have tons and tons of them, probably hundreds of them, but people are looking for certain themes or certain ones to complete their collections. So even if you see like a past dated one, those could be a good one to pick up. One series you might want to be looking out for is these White House ornaments. This one I sold for $25. It's a metal type ornament. And luckily mine came in the box. There are tons of different themes. They come out with a different one every single year. Okay, and one I feel like a lot of people know about is Hallmark ornaments, but these could be super hit and miss, so always run a comp on these. This is an It's a Wonderful Life ornament that I sold for $45, and I only picked it up for $2. Okay, and this one isn't a name brand necessarily. This is from Eckerd's, the drugstore. It was kind of like a CVS and Walgreens that's now defunct as far as I know. It went out of business, I believe, in the early 2000s or late 1900s, as my son says. And this is a fishing elf ornament, and it sold for $44. It was really cool. It hung on the tree, and it had his rod and reel. Super cute. So someone that was a fisher, someone that fishes? A fisherman or a fisherwoman might have loved something like this. Okay, and Christmas string lights. You might not think they're worth anything, but they have the right reflectors of those little plastic caps that are on them. They could be worth something. This is a single strand of 50 lights and it sold for $45. And the way I priced this was, it seemed like each individual light with a cap was worth, you know, give or take $1. So that's how I priced this one. But there's all different kinds of shapes out there, such as stars. So just keep an eye out and look up the reflector cap to see what those lights could be worth. Another ornament type thing are these Merry Minstrel bells. This one sold for $112 for me on Facebook Marketplace. Again, these did work, so I did take a video of them working. Super cute, super adorable, very charming. People love these. They have a lot of memories attached to them. This is a different kind of Hallmark item. This is the Holiday Express miniature train for a mini Christmas tree stand. So in the middle, you can put like your small Christmas tree inside of it and the train goes around it. Super, super cute. This sold for $40. Another category is Christmas stockings. Pretty much across the board, I try to look for needlepoint, cross-stitch ones, handmade looking ones. It doesn't matter if they're actually handmade or they just look handmade. Okay, so this first one I'm going to show you is Steinwinder. It sounds like a German name, but I'm pretty sure this was made in China, just like everything else. But it looked just like a handmade stocking, and this one sold for $30. Okay, this one is a handmade stocking. I typically charge between $30 and $50 for my handmade ones, depending on the theme and the graphic on them. And sometimes you can find out the name of the actual pattern if you use Google Lens. You can find out if it's from like Dimensions or who the craft kit maker is, because sometimes people will be looking for a certain pattern or certain look to them. So this one sold for $30. And this is another handmade one. This is a Nutcracker one that sold for $27. You also want to look out for characters, especially beloved characters like Winnie the Pooh. This one had its tag and I sold it for $35. Okay, this is from my absolute favorite show ever. This is an I Love Lucy Christmas stocking. And this is from the Lucy Christmas special. I absolutely loved this, and so did somebody else because they paid $45 for it. So keep an eye out for shows and characters and things that just aren't on the air anymore, things that you can't pick up at Target or Walmart or Pottery Barn currently right now, because people will be willing to pay more for those items. Okay, so it's time for my favorite category, and that's plush. I'm gonna start off with this Dillard's Angel Bear, and he played Silent Night on his little violin, and his wings lit up with like fiber optics. It was super cool. I found this at a church sale, and he sold for $75. He is a very good bolo. I know he's out there. My friend Thrifty Mama also found one and sold hers for $75. Okay, so once again, keep your eyes open for any animated style plush, anything that lights up, plays music. These things do break often. Also, please make sure that you're taking a video of the item working. And you can include a link of your YouTube video in your eBay description. Poshmark and Facebook Marketplace also allow videos. And if you need the link on how to put a video in your eBay listing, I will put that down below. The HTML coder is located on flippertools.com. Okay, and another animated item. This one is more like a doll, I guess. It was pretty big though. It's a Jingle Bell Rock dancing Santa Claus. Super cute, super jolly. I really loved him. I paid $5 for him at a yard sale, and he sold for almost $58. Okay, you also might want to be on the lookout for team-specific items, such as this NFL Steelers snowman. He was like a porch greeter almost. He was freestanding, heavy-weighted, and he sold for $45. Okay, this is actually a fast food toy, a fast food premium. This is Buddy the Elf, probably from one of my favorite Christmas movies. After Home Alone, of course. He was only about this big. He's a little clippy thing. And he sold for $31 on Facebook Marketplace. And I actually got him in a bag of Christmas goodies that I picked up from a lady. And it also had a Grinch gourd in it that I hid at my parents' house. And that's how I get my jollies. Not just around the holiday times, but anytime. But I happened to hide this Grinch gourd at my parents' house, and it took them almost a week to see it and about a month to figure it out that it was me. Okay, and possibly one of my biggest plush sales from last year was this Mr. Bingle Snowman. He is so cute. I loved his eyes. He looked like a kid that had too much ice cream. He reminded me a lot of the Friendly's ice creams that you can get with the scoop ice cream and then the clown hat. That's what he reminded me of. Super, super cute. This is one of the biggest ones they have, I believe, and he sold for $190. Mr. Bingle across the board is a bolo, so keep an eye out for him. There's different years of this character, and the prices are all over the place. So again, you're going to have to look him up. Obviously, the bigger, the better, the more that he's going to be worth. A plush that I happen to find, quite often, at least a couple times a year, is this Jingle plush. Now, unfortunately, Jingle on his own isn't worth a whole lot, but if you find his books, especially the one that says and Belle on it, the one that has Belle, or if you find Belle the dog, those are what's going to be worth money. So usually what I'll do is if I see the book or the dog, I'll hold on to them until I have a matching set. Now this one sold for $48, and this one again sold for so much because I had the book that featured Belle in it also. But I've also sold just Jingle and just his book, and he sold recently for me for $25. Now a plush series that you're going to want to be on the lookout for is Rudolph and the Island of Misfit Toys. A lot of them were sold at CVS, and some of the more rare characters could be worth a lot of money. Okay, so this one here that I sold is actually the Yeti Bumble, and what was unusual about him is this is a black and white and gray one. He's not the typical blue color like you would normally see. I happened to find two of these at a thrift store, and I sold them both for about $45 each. Now another animated plush I sold was this snowman. He's from Gemmy. Gemmy is a fantastic brand to look out for. A lot of people have a lot of nostalgic memories with this brand and their products that they make. This one was hilarious. This is a dancing snowman and his butt cheeks jiggled. Kind of like, I don't know, like he was in a Baby Got Back, like a rap commercial or a rap video or something. Super cool. He sold for $60. Something else to look out for is holiday tableware, such as tablecloths. This is a Benson Mills tablecloth, and it sold for $36 on Poshmark. And I also sold this really cute, really charming, I don't know if it was from the 60s or 70s, Timely Linens Christmas Poinsettia tablecloth. brand new in the package. I mean, somebody's had this for, I don't know, 40, 50 years, which is crazy to think about, honestly. And this one sold for $40. Okay, and some random Christmas items you might want to look out for. This is something I probably wouldn't have picked up until I saw the Driftless Thrifter pick up a spam tree, basically, on Instagram. And this is a Chadwick revolving plastic tray. So basically, it just holds little petit fours or appetizers or something on this little plastic item. And to me, it looked like something that came from the Dollar Tree. It wasn't of that great quality, but it was something that somebody probably had some nostalgia for. Vintage Christmas is a key word that Vintage Sandy gave me to use. And this sold in like a day or two for $35. So if you see anything like this, anything like a tree, a plastic serving tray, you might want to look those up. And something else you might want to look out for is this Avon Play It Again Mr. Keys Bear plugin. Now, he doesn't really do a whole lot other than play music. He doesn't light up or anything like that. He can control your string lights. And this sold on Poshmark for $60 for this little bear. He's about this big. And again, he just plugs into the wall. Okay, you also want to be on the lookout for Dimensions or Brucella. I think that's how you say it. Sewing kits. Just make sure that they are sealed or they have all of their pieces in them. This one is the Nativity skirt and it sold for $50. Stocking kits and other like ornament kits, those can be worth a lot of money too. Pretty much any of the Dimensions and the Brucella items are going to be a pickup. Usually you can get them for $1 or $2 and they're super easy to list and ship and they take up almost no space. Okay, some Christmas crafts can be worth something. Believe it or not, these California Creations little plaster houses. They're only a few inches tall, about, I don't know, 3 to 4 inches, maybe 5 inches at the most. These are a huge bolo. For some reason, people love these things. Even if they're slightly damaged, they will probably sell. I happened to find 2 of them within the last year, and they sold for $40 to $45 each. So this item sold at the beginning of the year for me. This is a Yoda light up sculpture. He had like this mesh over a wire, and I couldn't find a comp for him, so I kind of like made up a price based on other Star Wars Christmas items, and he sold for $200 on Facebook Marketplace, even though he was missing the wrap that was supposed to go around his lightsaber. Really incredible. Another light up Christmas creation was this Dachshund pair. These were super cute. Even though they were missing their tails, they happened to sell for $80 on Facebook Marketplace. So these were so cute. I absolutely love them. I think anything that's like breed specific or super specific, again, something that you're not going to find at Walmart or Target if you just walk in, is going to be a great thing to look up. Okay, and Christmas village items. A lot of people have huge Christmas villages, and if they're looking for that certain piece, they will be willing to pay up for it. For instance, this is a Walmart item, holiday time. It originally sold for $17, and I sold it for $60 on eBay. This is a church from 2006. Okay, and up next, I have this Wonderland Skater's Pond. This was a really nice item. I think I paid $10 for this at an estate sale, and it sold for $110 on eBay. Really amazing on this item. Again, it's an animated item. People use these for their Christmas villages, and this was just so magical and so charming. Okay, and another brand that I'm sure everybody knows about is Department 56. I picked up a huge lot of these at the beginning of the year. Actually, I picked up 2 different lots, luckily. I got lucky. And this particular one is another church, and this one sold for $60. A lot of the Department 56 items, they range from $50 all the way on up to $150, $200 even, depending on the piece that you have. Okay, this is a different kind of Christmas village. This was more of like a plastic item. This was made by Avon, and it had a fiber optic tree. This one sold for $47 on Mercari. Okay, and more It's a Wonderful Life stuff. Now, this is my mom's favorite movie, and I don't know about you, but my mom made me watch this when I was a kid. I think she thought I was going to instill good values in me or something. I don't know how well that worked out, but it did help me with this sale, because when I saw these come up on Facebook Marketplace, I knew to look them up immediately. Now, I didn't even know these existed until I saw these pop up on Facebook Marketplace. I got a whole set from a lady for $100. It included 8 to 10 of these houses, plus a bag full of accessories. These were originally sold at Target, believe it or not. The boxes had prices on the houses again, and these sold for about $15, and these were smaller ones. These weren't even as big as, say, the Department 56 ones. They were only a couple inches tall, and prices ran the gamut on these, but let me show you some. I sold the Bijou Theater for $70, the Bedford Falls High School for $63, Mary Hatch's house for $135, Mr. Potter's Mansions for $135, the Potter's Mill for $112, the Knickerbocker Inn for $90, the train station sold for $45, and the Sentinel News for $115. Okay, even the figurines were worth a lot of money. Now watch this. Ernie the cab driver, just a single figurine, $25. The Mr. Wainwright's limousine car, $35, just for the car. This one took me a while to figure out what it was, but this was Martini's Family Driving, and this one sold for $31. And then I have George and Harry Bailey sledding for $40. But wait, it gets better. You're not gonna believe this last one. It is a Bedford Falls sign. It just says, "You are in Bedford Falls." It's from a pivotal part of the movie. I had to actually watch this part again to see where it was or what it was. This little tiny sign, tiny thing, this big. $60 for this tiny, tiny sign. I was beyond shocked when I was looking up comps for this item. Beyond shocked. I think that I got them all in there. I might have missed one or two, but as you can see, I made a lot of money on these It's a Wonderful Life houses. I may never see them ever again, but I hope this video brings them to you, brings them into your life, possibly. And if you see them, you know to pick them up. Every last piece of these for me, I think I have one thing left. I think it's Annie the Maid, and that's all I have left. But I have made hundreds of dollars on these for a $100 investment. They all sold very, very quickly for me. In like a month, maybe 2 months, they were all gone. All right, and I hope you liked this video. Christmas can be every day for you too, or at least every month. If you're picking up Christmas and holiday related items to sell, if you learned something, please give me a great big like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and we'll see you next time. Bye! Okay, this one is a huge bolo. I know he's out there. Okay, this one is a huge bolo. I know he's out there because one of my